So a very warm welcome to one and all. Here we are at Zandvoort for the Western Wolves MX5 Championship here on live stream on the iRacing DWC channel. I'm Chris Wilkinson. Alongside me this evening is going to be Chris Ford. And Chris, we are broadcasting the final race here. We've already had two 20-minute sprint races that have set this grid. And it's really teeing up to be an exciting race in Zandvoort, a very exciting place to run it. What does this track bring to the race, Chris?
In this car, it will be mostly high gears that we are using for this race today. I think the 6th gear probably, from my sources, yesterday will only be used for drafting down the main straight and trying to overtake. But I expect it to be reasonably tight. I think at the front you do have quite a few big names in iRacing, and I think it should be a good race today, Chris.
Yeah, without a doubt, it's a very good mixture of both MX5 specialists and all the way up to DWC drivers. It's a very, very varied grid, and another variation in between the competition here today is between the two different MX5s, the Cup and the Roadster. Which one do you think is going to be more dominant, Chris?
Well, the Cup should be the fastest overall with its slick tyres. I think there's no real... I wouldn't really think that the Roadster would have much of a chance against the Cup today, but could be proved wrong, who knows?
Yeah, well, we're starting to stack up on the grid now, and Chris, maybe you could give us a run through of the starting grid. Okay, maybe I can give a rundown of the starting grid. Laurent Bataille starts on pole position, Evan Maillard in second, Jan Carans in third, Jake Sturgios starts in fourth, Alexia Loma is due to start in fifth, Daniel Lopez sixth, and Dave Galenk seventh. Flavien Vidal in eighth, Gollenbeck ninth, Hanzik 10th. We're about to start, I believe.
Green, green, green.
And away we go. Actually, I do apologise. Wasn't expecting us to start so soon, but it's a good start from the leader. Evan Maillard and Laurent Bataille as we come into Tarzan for the first time. And it's that number 10 car, Laurent Bataille, easily leading us away. Evan Maillard on the inside and Jan Koeman, an MX5 expert, on the outside into turn 1. And Evan Maillard.
Oh, we got a crash in the back,
big wreck at the back there, Chris.
Yeah, huge crash there. It seems there's somebody spun coming out of Tarzan.
That's Norbert Leitner.
And yeah, he just collected a whole bunch of people. It was so tightly bunched together on the exit of Tarzan there, the first corner here in Zandvoort, and several people I think will be out of this race already. Big shame for them.
Yeah, Uusi-Jaakkola and Norbert Leitner both struggling heavily with damage on their cars, but it's Laurent Bataille easily leading. Then we've got Evan Maillard, Jan Koeman and Jake Sturgios, as well as Alexia Loma, all in a very, very close group, battling away around the second and third place zones, Chris. This could hot up.
Yeah, this is very, very tight already. You can tell already that Bataille seems to have the car underneath him already. Maillard trying, who's actually the world record holder at this combination. It's actually on YouTube if you want to go and find out to see how this track is done in this car. But Maillard looking very racy at the start of this race. He's closing up behind Bataille at the front. Those two just managing to gap Koeman's and Serge. You'd say, is it Loma? Yeah, it says Loma right behind Koeman's now. Maybe looking for a way past on the main start-finish straight.
Yeah, meanwhile, further back down the order, Honsish and the 20 car Vidal going side by side at the chicane, and contact made there into the chicane. Both of them surviving to live another day, but it's acceptable and well done pass by Vidal. If a little bit of contact was made, Lopez, Helenk and Gollenbeck as well forming a chasing group. But it's all about this group battling away for second place at the moment as we finish the opening lap. Bataille still leads from Maillard, Koeman, Sturgios and Loma, your top 5. Further back though, the side-by-side action. It's Marius and Dave Galenk, Marius Gollenbeck and Dave Galenk. Marius Gollenbeck on the inside. And the moves still going side-by-side, in fact, as they come through turn 2 now. And then into the left-hander, tight turn 3. Gollenbeck there being squeezed out by Dave Helenk, and Helenk there with the inside line, easily taking the position from him and holding on to that one for now. But Marius Gollenbeck looking very, very racy back there in 9th place, Chris.
Yeah, back in the day when F1 was run at Zandvoort, the first few corners were quite some. You always used to see side-by-side battles, because it didn't matter whether you used the outside line or the inside line. You had a good grip there, and Goldenbeck, speaking of good grip, is out the inside of Hailing again. A little bit of contact almost there, but down the inside goes Goldenbeck, using all the curb to the inside, running wide into Hailing's front right tyre. So a bit of contact there, and and Soto trying to take advantage of this situation between these two cars. So a three-way battle. Goldenbeck looking to just about have the advantage now, though.
Yeah, meanwhile though, Bataille's had a problem. Bataille's had a problem because he is falling back and back and back and back, behind now even as far to 5th place. Jake Sturgios gets past, so Maillard with a problem, not sure what that is, but yeah, Maillard back down to 10th place, 5th place, sorry.
So Maillard has taken the lead, actually, Wilco.
Yes, good spot actually. Side by side between Sturgios and Koemans. Koemans on the inside of the final corner, but Sturgios will get a massive run down the final straight if he can make this work, Chris.
Yeah, yeah, you should. This will be where the 6th gear will come into advantage. I'm actually just having a little look at the replay. It seems though Bataille dropped a little bit coming out to the 3rd corner, and Maillard ran right around the outside of him. Brave driving there to take the lead for Evan Maillard.
3, 4 wide. Marius Goldenbeck looking down the inside, coming into Tarzan, very late on the brakes.
Contact!
3 wide contact, but Marius Goldenbeck, how dare on the brakes? Can you be more contact?
Yeah, there's loads more contact, as I think it was Sturgis came across, and there was 3 cars still going, and we're spinning around, and that off goes
that
Koemans.
Was Lopez, I think, wasn't it?
No, it was Koemans who contact with Goldenbeck. I don't think he quite hit the outside wall, so he should live to fight another day there, Koemans, but he's far down the order now, and we're still going 3 wide up the hill.
Yes, we are coming now to the fast right-hander, and these are surely going to have to sort themselves out before this corner approaching, and they have sort of managed to get themselves into an orderly train now, but the order completely spiced up from this.
Off, and it's a spin, and it's Sturgios, I think, who spun there. Koemans has to take a point of action, Hagner has to take a point of action, and it's absolute carnage to the back there. Sturgios got a bit of a crash.
That's, I haven't got a clue who that was, going sideways backwards into the wall.
Nayara spins off corner 42, and Sturgios just lost it. He was having a little look up the inside into the fast right-hander, just got a little bit of a tank slapper on, so he tried to avoid the car in front, and around he went, and the cars behind him had nowhere to go, so that's a bit of a disaster for those following behind. So lots and lots of action here so far, Chris.
Yeah, meanwhile 2-3 wide further back with Vidal and the 8th car of Cotavara going side by side in the chicane as well.
Behind them as well.
Yeah, a lot of battling, and there's Koemans trying to make his way back through, getting involved in this as well. It's all kicking off here, and it's been a very exciting 2-3 laps here to get us underway in this half-hour race. Don't forget, these drivers vying for a prize fund: €50 for a race win, €30 for 2nd place, and €20 sorry for the 3rd place prize. So every podium sitter wins a little bit of money that could go a long way for these guys. So it means a hell of a lot to be able to make an impression here.
Yeah, we should say at the front, Maillard has just absolutely flown away from Aloma in 2nd place, 1.4 seconds on that last lap alone, so it's up to 3.1 seconds the gap at the moment. Maillard looking good for the €50 prize.
Yeah, meanwhile Vidal and Honsish were having a very tough battle coming into Tarzan. Then a little bit wide from Vidal, that might allow Honsish to close up, but this very fast section that's approaching, Chris, very difficult to make an overtaking move safely.
Yeah, I wouldn't really. This is the part where we've seen the bit of contact.
Oh, he's going to have a look though. Very cheeky there from Honsish, trying to stick his nose in, intimidate Vidal as much as he can in these fast sections, try and make him make a mistake, but Vidal there holding his nerve, keeping it very planted.
Good run out there for Honsish. Good run out there.
Still very racy. Maybe the chicane could be the best place for Honsish to try and take the advantage, but right now Vidal looks fairly comfortable, and Koemans coming back from that incident earlier on, he could maybe play a part in this battle as well, all around 9th place. Also a very close battle developing between Alexia Loma and Marius Gollenbeck for second place for the money. We've got Bataille and Galenk and Soto as well recovering after their incidents to challenge for second and third as well. So the money positions really are being vied for now, and this is when it will get really exciting as we come onto the straight.
Gollenbeck in the draft.
Gollenbeck in the draft, yeah, utilising the 5th gear. These are all cup cars, so they don't actually have a 6th gear. But here comes Gollenbeck. We know how good he can be on the brakes, coming into Tarzan. And here he goes down the inside, turning in early. And surely this is going to be enough to see Alexia Loma into 3rd place. And he's fighting back a little and managing to hold the ground, hold the advantage, and he's going to have the inside.
Oh,
Both of them into the wall, running back onto the track. Alexia Loma and Marius Gollenbeck, and Gollenbeck there trying to hold that inside line, and he's out. Marius Gollenbeck out.
Yep, they're both
Maillard
out.
now.
Yeah, Maillard is gone, really. I mean, that was just 2 cars trying to go into a corner where really only 1 car can normally get through. And, well, that was a hard impact for both those cars. In fact,
yeah, both are out, in fact.
Aloma
both have retired.
Yeah, in fact, Aloma climbing all over the car of Marius Gollenbeck. That's how hard the impact was for him. So that's shaking up the top 6. There's a replay coming up now.
Yep, let's have a look at the replay. Yep, the pair of them both. Don't forget they're both my 3ID teammates as well. It's very, very unfortunate for these two to come together, but as you can see, it was just 2 cars trying to fit into 1 gap. Marius Gollenbeck turning to take the ideal line across the front of Alexia Loma, and 2 cars into 1 slot doesn't really go, Chris.
Certainly not there, that's for sure. I mean, that was always likely to happen. It was just a locking of wheels, really. The front right from Aloma, the back left from Gollenbeck, and it just around. They both went hard into the wall. So it's really shaken up the top 6, because I was going to say that there was a 2.9 seconds covering 2nd to 5th, and then back, sorry, 2nd to 7th, and then back there was a 6-second gap between 6th and 7th. But that really has made a top 4 now, really. There's going to be some interesting battles between Bataille, Soto and Haylink over the money. 0.4 of a second between Soto and Haylink across the line.
Yeah, meanwhile, Cordovara chasing down Deacon, I believe it is, yes, it's Deacon, for 5th place here in the Western Wolves MX5 Challenge, sponsored by Western Digital, the leaders in hard drive technologies. Deacon running very, very wide there, though, out of turn 3. Can Cordovara take the advantage here and take a good run through?
Doesn't look like at the moment. Managing to recover enough, get a bit more of a drive. He touches the grass on the way into the right-hander there, though, so he's looking to be coming under some pressure in the battle over 5th place.
Also
Haylink.
we have Haylink going side by side, in fact, with Javier Soto for the 3rd place, the final money spot on the podium. Round the outside, attempts Galenk through the left-hander, and now coming up to the chicane. They're still going to be side by side, I think, Chris. No, they're not actually. Galenk there with a very good run out of the corner, running the outside line, which you don't really expect. But it seemed like a good move for us.
Yeah, Soto just finding, just couldn't quite keep the momentum up, and Haylink right past him and up into the money spot in 3rd now. So that'll be a good news for him. Can he have the pace to challenge Bataille up in 2nd place? I don't think so at the moment. Bataille has, since his little error earlier on the race that cost him so many positions, he's now looking safe in 2nd spot. We have 11 minutes and 53 seconds gone. Maillard leads from Bataille by, as soon as update, 6.2 seconds. So Maillard looking good for the money, the €50 cash prize from this race.
Yeah, very much so. He's looking very comfortable. Meanwhile, though, the battle for 5th hotting up. Cordovara having to go to the outside as the 17 car of Decine. Excuse me for saying your name wrong, mate.
There we go
still
again.
side by side.
You can
through
see
turn 2. Can these two get through, though, without making contact, Chris? Yes, they can. Decine holding tight there and allowing almost Cordovara to make the move, and also trying to take advantage of this is Honsish, Chris.
Yep, three-way there coming up the hill, but there you had a perfect example of Tarzan's notorious double line. You had Dekine on the outside getting a nice run as Kotavara tried to come past him on the inside. Normally you'd think the inside would be better, but no, the outside, nice high run, and away he went. So here they come. Still swarming all over each other. I think there's a fourth car there I can see as well. The fourth car's Koemans who's come back through. And that's a bit of an error there from Dekine. Is he going to come under pressure from Honsish? No, he defends the inside line. Honsish cannot come through. Oh, and then Kotavara has run wide, so that's given them a chance, and there's a bit of contact there. What on earth was that all about? A bit of movement under braking, bit of contact, bit of damage for these cars.
Yeah, Mazda MX5s, those seemingly very, very hard cars, and being able to take it side by side, though. Koeman's trying to take Honsish coming at the chicane. And that looks like a fairly easy manoeuvre for Koeman's. Koeman's out of position, really, after his incident earlier on. He's fighting his way back through the pack very effectively, but Dekine seems to have the run out of the chicane to be able to try and take the race to Kotavara again, after Kotavara did a similar move a lap ago. Come now onto the home stretch and await Tarzan. Oh, but look at this though, defending left, right, weaving. We've had Dave Halenk there going very, very slowly down the straight. Not sure what's happened to him, but a problem for him. Here comes Dekine though, trying to get back down the inside of Kotavara. Not going to happen. Koeman's now trying to, is he going to try and fire around the outside? No, thinks better of it.
Yep. Haling dropped it on the penultimate corner. I'm just looking at a replay right this second. I don't know if Phil Diaz, our host broadcaster, can get up for you watching at home right now. But he dropped it. He did actually make the outside wall. So I wonder if Haling's going to have quite a lot of damage. Here comes the replay. I'm being told right this second. You'll see Haling dropping it on the entry to the corner and then getting a bit of a tank slap on the exit again. And there we go into the wall. Right the way across the gravel trap. Did well to actually hold on to it, and we're going back live now, so that's how Haling is way back now. So having done all the hard work to get up into the money spots, Haling has to do it all over again unless his car is too badly damaged.
Yeah, well, it does look like he's dropping off rather quickly though. Dekine! Though Koeman's making contact with Dekine in the braking zone. And will that let Koeman's make the move a little bit easier? A little bit of a bump and run, but it hasn't worked as effectively as Koeman's maybe hoped. Maybe it was a bit of a mistake, I don't know, but could have worked in Koeman's advantage there. Didn't pay off as well as it hoped. And now Koeman's coming under attack from Honsish. Honsish looking to the inside there very aggressively, but it's not going to work. He doesn't have the run. Koeman's defending the inside line a little bit as well, but he's wedged in between, and how much an overtake from Honsish would really help him, I don't know, but he wouldn't get particularly far, would he, Chris? And also of note, Halenk managing to catch back, so the accordion effect really taking shape here.
He's
all
off!
of them running wide! Koeman's into the inside wall in the penultimate corner.
Yeah, he did the exact same thing as Haling, but with a little less twitch on the entry. Has he managed to keep the suspension together on that car? I think it went in pretty centrally, so he might just have got a bit lucky there, Koeman's. But he just dropped it, and now he's coming in the pits.
Tarzan, sorry to interrupt, but here comes Dekine. Tried it into Tarzan there, but it didn't quite pay off. Didn't work for him. Couldn't get it down the inside. But yeah, another incident for Koeman's, and that could spell the end really here for any real assault MX5 expert.
I think he's out. I think he's pulled into the pit. Certainly, I think he'll be pulling out the race. Very hard impact into the wall there. We were just talking about the accordion effect, and I think the car in front of him, was that Honsish at the time, or was it Dekine? Had a little bit of a twitch on as well, and he just followed him, and he went slightly wider, so that was the problem there for Koeman's. Onto the gravel, no chance to survive the car. Unlike Haling, who went to the outside, he went to the inside, and there's a wall a lot sooner to the than on the outside, and that's what he hit, and that's why he's out of this race.
Yeah, but now Halenk running wide on the exit of the fast right-hander there. Here in the midsection of the track, I think it was Renault actually, but side by side now though between Dekine and Kotavara. Kotavara struggling wide a line, but Dekine couldn't get the run to make anything happen. He's going to have a look down the inside though. or is that is in fact defending from Honzic, who's made and turned it around and brought the attack to Deacon, rather than having to defend too heavily from Halink, who is clearly struggling with that damage. Still being able to make an effort and stay on this train though, as we come into the penultimate corner into Kumo box. The train still holding strong, still keeping us very much entertained and very much excited here at Zandvoort for the MX5 Challenge, sponsored by Western Digital.
Yep, and it looks as though De Kind's in the draft of Cotovara. Is he going to go with the inside and Tarzan? And yes, I think he is going to go down the inside. Are we going to again have the outside line favourable? Oh, he's going to try and trick him into running wide, but it hasn't worked. And he's going to come under pressure from Honzic, who's going to try and come around the outside. No room there. So earlier the Golombek and Aloma crash. That corner can have nasty effects. He tried to go too wide to there, but that's going to be running wide to high, and he should get a nice run though on the outside line there. But no, he's going to run a bit too wide and hit the curb a bit too hard, but he does just manage to get there, Chris, in the end. Yes,
definitely, and clever work there by Honzic to try and make that work for him, to anticipate Deacon making that error and try and get down the inside. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off this time, but he's making all the right moves. He's looking in the right places, and Honzic looking very racy behind Deacon, but also Halink there adding extra pressure. This could go either way for Honzic.
It really, really could. I think it's going to go the way of Halink, though, down the inside. Honzic is going to have the inside line for the next corner, though. Can Halink run right around the outside? He's going to try. He's going to need to get the power on as quickly as he possibly can, though, to maintain his side-by-side position. He has done, and the next corner he's got the inside line. So I think Halink could be moving up ahead of Honzic here. Honzic, who started the lap in an attacking position, is now going to be losing a position as we come into the chicane. And yes, Halink nicely up the inside there. And now Halink is going to try and catch up to De Kind and try and take 5th place back. Of course, Halink, who was running 3rd a few laps ago, recovering from a crash.
Yep, Halink, we know has a pace, we know has the ability. He started in 7th place here, and we know he has the pace, and you know he has the ability to be able to fight up in the front with these guys. Meanwhile, looking ahead though, Evan Maillard with an absolutely mighty lead of 7.75 seconds, and Bataille having a lead of 13 seconds in fact over 3rd place. So those two very, very comfortable in the money. Soto also reasonably comfortable in the money. So Cotovara, Deacon, Halink and Honzic here in this 4-way battle for 4th place. Relatively out of the stages where they can make the money. 9 minutes, 8.5 minutes left in this race, so it's still all to play for in the back, and a mistake from one of the 3 podium sitters could spell this battle being a lot more important than it already is. But right now, this is mainly for pride, Chris.
Yep, just having a good race here at the moment, but they really do want to be in 4th place, and just in case what you said happens, we've already seen it with Halink making a mistake when he was running 3rd, so it's important to be in 4th place, currently held by Cotovara. Cotovara has come from 24th on the grid actually, so he's had a really good run. Look at this though!
Oh!
That is De Hayen getting really close to the back of Cotovara. In fact, Halink's going to try and go around the outside. He also got close, but he's run wide, and that's going to give Honzic a run, and Honzic easily takes the plate. Is he going to think about it? He's going to try and think about past De Hayen as well. Down the inside, behind, just about keeping alongside out the corner. He has the inside of course of the chicane. This is where Halink passed Honzic on the last lap. So De Hayen, you'd think, will maintain the 5th position. Can he have a look up the inside for 4th? He thinks about it, but thinks better of it. So he maintains 5th, just over Halink. This is getting pretty fraught out there, Chris, and I think this is not over yet. Look at this, Honzic getting the better run. Bit of a touch there with De Hayen. De Hayen runs wide, and he is now down into 7th position. And that is, I think it was a little bit of contact with De Hayen there. No, so Honzic on the exit of the corner that sent him just wide into the gravel trap, and that's a disaster now.
Yep, it was a lot of contact, and De Kind being the one that really lost out from that. Honzic though looking very racy behind Cotovara, and he could be the one that makes the pounce here. We've also got Halink there being very, very racy behind Honzic, but he's tried and failed to get by, and we all know that, we all realise that. He's been in front, he's been behind. Now he's looking to challenge into turn 3. but it's just not going to work. He has got the run. He's not catching him in the right places, not being able to vie for that 5th position effectively. Also, with this battling, could we see Teemu come back in this, Chris? It looks like it.
Well, he'll try. I mean, you'd assume with these 3 battling, he has the pace to get back up to them. And it looks as though these 3 are going to be going at it hammer and tongs all the way to the finish line. Hailing getting a good run there, no way through on the inside this time though. Just has to remain patient, or as patient as he possibly can, up into this next section with the hairpins and the chicanes. Is he going to be able to make a move? Is there going to be any errors this time? No, doesn't look like it. Kind of stern through there, through the first part. Hanzic getting very, very squarely under braking. He's run a bit wide, hailing to the outside line. We've seen this so many times in the last few laps. We've seen these 2 especially into this hairpin corner. And remember, the chicane is a right-hander, which will give hailing the inside line, but Hanzic just managing to run him off the track. Hailing surprisingly maintaining traction off of that corner, and he's still got the inside line. He's still got his nose up the inside of Hanzic into the chicane, and he's up the inside. Is he going to be able to make it stick? No! Brave driving from Hanzic right around the outside. Here's the inside line for the left-hander, and Hailing spins, and he's hit Teemu, and that's going to be the end of the Hailing's run, you'd imagine, for 4th position now. He spins round, and he's going to be overtaken as well by Samuel De La Fuente. So that's Hailing down to 8th place now. So Hailing again around in this race.
Yeah, you could just see Hailing there put the power on that little bit too early, and everything just started happening in slow motion for him, and unfortunately it ended up in the side of who was it? Was it Hailing? Was it Teemu? Teemu, it was Teemu. So unfortunate for him as well to get tied up in it, but that's racing, I suppose.
Suddenly it's a 2-way battle for 4th, and Cotavara actually has got a bit of a gap now of 0.8 of a second back to Hanzic. So suddenly these 2 are the only 2 left fighting over 4th place, but some 8 seconds behind Soto in 3rd. And he himself is 8 seconds behind Bataille in 2nd, who is again 8 seconds behind Maillard, our dominant race looks like winner.
Yep, he does with about 8 seconds lead, as I think you said there, Chris, and Evan Maillard driving an absolutely fantastic race here. Not made any mistakes, never been under pressure particularly. We had Laurent Bataille have that mistake that dropped him from the lead, and he's never looked like he's ever going to be caught, Evan Maillard, after that. So far so good for him. We've got maybe 4 or 5 minutes left, which equates to 4 laps, I believe, 4 laps here of Zandvoort, and it'll take something special or a mistake for Evan Maillard to be dethroned in that lead.
I think we just had our first Chris Wilkinson moment on an iRacing broadcast.
What did I say?
Because you've just said that there's 4 laps left of a 2-minute track when there's 4 minutes left. I should explain, we've on broadcast before, there's always a bit of a Chris Wilkinson moment, that he gets a bit tangled up and says something a bit silly. And I think we've just had that one, our one for this iRacing thing. I thought we were going to get through this race without one, but Chris has gone and done it. Well done, Chris.
Oh, thank you very much. Don't be silly. We can't do a broadcast without me saying something completely daft, and it's not my daft, so I'm not going to complain.
Also, the Drivers' Road World Championship of iRacing comes to Zandvoort next weekend, which you can see live on PSR TV. Can Hugo Luis bounce back from his connection issues at round 1 at Watkins Glen, or can Gregor Hutu continue to lead from the front and try to reclaim his championship off of Hugo?
And several competitors actually in this race who will be competing there, so it just shows the quality that we have here. In the Western Wolves MX5 Challenge, Dave Halenk, Jason Lovacic, Sturgis, Yaroslav, Honsish, among others. So there's a very lot of talent here. And also, meanwhile, Dave Halenk fighting back from that spin. He's caught up to Samuel De La Fuente, who was chasing that trailing group. We never really noticed him actually. He was just tootling around very, very quietly behind that four-way battle for 4th place, and Halenk now back onto the brink to try and get by and try and make a move, and not close enough here, Chris, into the chicane, but maybe on the straight he could get a run.
Yeah, I mean, it's just with limited time left, it's just about picking your moment now. I think you might only get 1 or 2 more attempts to wrestle this position away. Seems like these two will be battling all race.
Ooh, and he's doing it again though! Halenk there, getting sideways in the penultimate corner and struggling to keep this car on the road. I don't know if it's damage or something like that, but he's going to be overtaken by Nahara as well. Just to rub salt in his wounds here, but Halenk with some very, very leery moments in that Mazda MX5, and wondering if there's been damage from an earlier collision. Meanwhile, battling for 4th between Cortavara and Honsish still, Chris.
Yep. Again, what I just said counts toward these two as well. Feels like they've been battling forever, and I think there's only going to be 1 or 2 more chances for Honda to get past for 4th position. Of course, Halenk, we know Wilco did have that collision with the wall earlier in the race when he was running 3rd, so I think that's probably what has caused his problems. Honsic with a massive run down the hill, but sadly nowhere for him to go into this next right-hand bend.
No, rather obviously, this being the penultimate lap, there's very, very limited opportunities for Honsic to make the move, but we've seen some daring racing from him so far today, so we really can't put a 4th place past him, even if Cortavara put his biggest defensive coat on and makes his car as wide as he can. Honsic still has a chance of making this move as we come now through the left-hander and awaiting the chicane. The view on board from behind of Petri's Cortavara's car, and you can see looking down the inside now Honsic, a defensive little look there from Cortavara. Not necessary though. Honsic still too far back to make the move in the chicane though, as we come onto the final lap through the final corner for these guys, but Evan Maillard already starting the final lap up in the lead in the 08 car, and I think it's almost guaranteed 9-second lead over Bataille. It's looking very, very comfortable for Evan Maillard.
Yep, has done ever since Bataille had his little moment in turn number 3 that sent him back to 4th place in the clutches of the madness that was the mid-pack racing today. And Maillard has just maintained his gap. Honsic having a look down the inside. He's not going to go for it there though, just hoping to spook Cortavara into a mistake into Tarzan for the final time, out of Tarzan. So I think there's only maybe 2 more opportunities he can have a little stab out this 4th place now.
Yep, into turn 3, the left-hander, and Honsic, still on that back bumper, but the back bumper isn't enough. It's one thing catching him, it's one thing, it's quite another getting past, as we all know, we've all heard before. And that might be the stumbling block for Honsic with such a short amount of time. Dave Halenk seems to have had another incident, however. Not sure what that is, but he's dropped even further back in that MX5.
Here we come into the section where Honsic will be hoping to try and get past. Honsic will be trying to get past Cortavara for the final time. He's a bit too far behind though. I think Cortavara has 4th place wrapped up unless he makes a mistake.
Don't rule it out yet, Chris. We've still got 2 very, very challenging corners left in the chicane and the penultimate corner. But as we look forward though, Evan Maillard coming through the final corner, and he is going to cross the line and win €50 in the Western Wolves MX5 Challenge. And a great, great drive it's been from Evan Maillard.
Laurent Bataille takes second place.
He takes second, yes, and now it's all about the battle for 4th place, isn't it, between Honsic and Cortavara. Javier Soto crosses the line in 3rd place. And it's going to be Cortavara who's managed to defend that position, that 4th place from Honsic, who will take the first of the non-paying positions. Just, yeah, from Honsic. And then we're looking backwards toward Deacon. But Chris, a very, very convincing drive from Evan Maillard.
Yep, I think the world record holder showed why he's the world record holder at this track. absolutely no mistakes as soon as he hit the front. It was pretty much curtains today, and for everybody else. And I think he is the rightful recipient of the €50 from this Western Wolves MX5 challenge sponsored by Western Digital.
Yeah, but never mind. Putting on a drifting show here at the end for all of you viewers to enjoy, and it's nice to see that he can't just go fast; he can also go sideways. And yeah, very convincing win from Evan Maillard. And we'll go over now through the final positions here of the Western Wolves MX5 Challenge here at Zandvoort. And as we know, Evan Maillard winning very, very convincingly in 31 minutes and 43 seconds. 8 seconds behind was Laurent Bataille, who started on pole and had a bit of an issue early on before recovering to second place. Javier Soto ringed very quietly in third place. He finishes 7 seconds ahead of Petri Cordovara and Jaroslav Honsic, who fought all the way lights to flag. Deacon got unlucky with a collision with Halink. They finished 6th and 7th respectively. Samuel De La Fuente finishing in 8th, Nahara in 9th and Jason Lovett in 10th. 2 laps down was Jonny Hagner, and then we're getting into the non-finishers. Koeman, Sturgios, Aloma, Golombek, Vidal, Lopez, Alotto, Pavalainen, Leitner and Jaakkola all failing to finish after various incidents throughout. But a nothing to lose race and nothing to lose collisions tend to happen, Chris, and excitement for us, yes?
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out how Halink ended up ahead of De La Fuente and Nayera again, and it appears that there was a bit of fun and games happening on the last few laps. Yeah, it was an interesting race actually. There was some good, very, very good racing throughout the top positions, certainly that we saw. The four-way battle between Cordovara, Honzik, Dekayan and Halink really was the highlight of this race. We saw a few unlucky incidents, of course. I could think of Golombek and Aloma's crash. That really was 2 cars trying to fit in one gap that was never going to work. But yeah, at the front, Maillard really did just drive away, and I think he'll be pretty happy after this race with how he drove, because it was inch perfect from what we saw. I mean, we didn't exactly see very much of him, but from what we did see, it was just domination of the highest caliber.
Yeah, and also you've got to respect the great battle that we had around Cordovara, Honsic, Deacon, and Halink in the middle section of the race before they all enjoyed a little bit too much close racing. But yeah, they put on a very, very good show for all the viewers out there at home and all of us, Chris. And yeah, it might have been a little bit argy-bargy, but exciting stuff nonetheless.
I don't think you're going to get that in these kind of cars, but it was perfectly acceptable. I can't think of anything that you could class as anything other than Robbins racing, really. It was a good, hard battling, and it was a joy to watch at times.
Yes, it really was a joy to watch, and 21 drivers eventually competing in the race. About a very, very high attrition rate. Almost half of the drivers failing to finish. But in a race where there's money on the line, it's very, very much nothing to lose, isn't it? And these things happen.
Yeah, we're actually joined by Western Wolves' Teemu Iivonen, who was one of the organisers of this race. Hello, Teemu.
Hello, Chris.
So how was that for you then? Did your hard work pay off with the? Did you feel as though your hard work was rewarded by the quality of racing we saw out there today?
Well, yeah, I mean, there was so many battles on track. It was a great show to watch. A bit of mayhem here and there, but that's always something you have to expect when you have money on the line. People fighting really hard to get those positions to get to the money. So incidents will happen, but we saw a great fight there for P4 almost the whole race, and it was a blast to watch. And we just want to thank Western Digital for providing with the prize money, and I think we do have the winner on his way for an interview here.
Yeah.
Yes, in fact, we do have Evan, and Evan. A very, very great race from you, and you're 50 euros richer now. Are you happy about that?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm very happy. Yeah, the whole race was very fun. I'm very. Go on.
Were you a bit nervous making the pass? Because unseen on our little broadcast, I think I did mention it. You went round the outside at turn 3, I think it was, of Matai, on the grass. Were you a bit nervous about making that pass? You had to make it stick.
No, not much. Not very nervous. Well, the grass has plenty of grip, so I don't know.
A true racing driver's answer, that one. The grass has plenty of grip. Otherwise, though, a very, very strong performance and an 8-second lead in such equal cars. You must be very, very, very proud of your drive there, Evan.
Yeah, I'm really happy. The field was very strong, and yeah, it's great that I managed to get in front. Well, I managed to win this. Yeah.
So Evan, obviously you run things other than the MX5 outside of iRacing, and how's your iRacing season going so far, and what do you normally run?
Can you say that again, please?
In the normal iRacing series, what do you tend to run, and how are you doing?
I don't run anything seriously. The other iRacing series are pretty much only for fun for me. So I'm not focused on anything right now. Well, yeah, I'm trying to get to Grand Am Premier. Do the Grand Am Premier in the Mustang class, but I don't know. I don't like the Mustang much anymore because it's only old-tire model, and yeah. I'm not sure if I'm gonna continue this or move to the GP or something. I'm still not sure.
Yeah, well, a very, very great performance, Evan, and very, very thank you. A massive amount of thank yous to you for coming and joining us here at the end of our stream.
Thanks to you as well. Great, so thank you. To anyone that organized this.
Yeah, great job, Evan, and I just want to give big shout-outs to Chris Ford and Chris Wilkinson for commentating here as well. I know this was, I don't know if Chris Ford has done iRacing broadcast before, but I know that this is Wilkinson's first. And I just gotta say, you're great. It's awesome to listen to you. It just makes the stream so much more fun to watch. You have such a passion for streaming, and we really appreciate you guys helping out us here today.
Thank you very much, Teemu. Thank you for having us. We tried not to be too shouty today, as we sometimes can get. When I think the only moment when we were very, very shouty was when Marius Golenbeck and Alexei Aloma decided to
have a little bit of fun. I think
decided to give each other a 3ID hug.
Yes, a 3ID hug. We'll call it that. So then, after 16 laps, it's Evan Maillard here at Zandvoort that takes the title in the Western Wolves MX5 Challenge, sponsored by Western Digital. We'd like to thank everyone who's tuned in and watched. We'd also like to thank Western Digital for fronting the prize money, as well as supporting Western Wolves and supporting the stream. Also, a massive shout out to you guys at home and to all the organisers, Philip Diaz for helping us stream, and Teemu Iivonen, etc., the whole of Western Wolves for running this. And yeah, it's been a very exciting evening. And from me, Chris Wilkinson, and from Chris Ford as well, we hope to see you here in iRacing a little bit more often and very, very shortly. So yeah, thank you very much. Have a pleasant evening, safe evening, and we'll see you soon here on iRacing DWC.
Goodbye.